heart of World War II, high above the skies of Europe, a story unfolded that would forever define the courage and strength of American airmen. It was the story of two legendary U.S. Air Force B-17 flying fortresses, bombers that symbolized power, endurance, and American determination. But this time, fate had a shocking twist in store. During a bombing run over Germany in 1944, one B-17, known as All-American, was struck by enemy fire. Shrapnel tore through its fuselage, and smoke began to trail behind. At nearly the same moment, another B-17 flying nearby was hit and lost control. In the chaos of the dogfight, the two giant bombers collided mid-air, their wings and fuselages locked together like two wounded eagles in the sky. Everyone on the ground thought it was over. No plane could survive such a hit, and no pilot could bring it home. But what happened next became one of the most unbelievable moments in aviation history. Despite being torn apart and fused together, both aircraft kept flying, one resting partially on top of the other, the lower one carrying the weight of its wounded companion. The pilots inside could barely believe it themselves. One aircraft had lost most of its tail, the other had its nose crushed. Yet somehow, they stayed airborne. The pilots refused to give up. Communications between the crews were nearly impossible, but the American spirit burned bright. The pilots used hand signals, instincts, and sheer willpower to stabilize their crippled machines. Inch by inch, they turned toward friendly territory, fighting not just the enemy, but gravity itself. The sky was their battlefield, and survival became their mission. As the two B-17s limped back toward the English Channel, the crews prepared for the worst. Some prayed, others held tight to photos of loved ones. But against every odd, the piggyback bombers crossed the coastline and made it home. The upper B-17 eventually slid off as the lower one attempted a landing, and miraculously, both crews survived. It was a moment that stunned engineers, soldiers, and citizens alike. This was more than just an accident. It was a living example of what makes America's warriors different: their refusal to surrender, their unity in crisis, and their ability to turn disaster into triumph. The story of the piggyback B-17s remains a powerful symbol of American courage and technology, proving that when everything seems lost, the spirit of the United States still finds a way to rise above the clouds.